Welcome to the operating guide for the Pulsar 3D Suction Blast Cabinet. This video is the second of a two-part series. It outlines how to begin operating the Pulsar 3D, while video 1 outlines how to set up the cabinet. This video covers blasting with the cabinet, adjusting the controls during blasting. Note that this video is not a replacement for reading the Pulsar 3D Suction Blast Cabinet Operations Manual, which should be read in full by anyone who uses the cabinet. Failure to comply with the instructions in the operations manual can result in severe injury or even death. Blasting with the cabinet. After loading media, slowly open the air valve on the air supply hose to the cabinet. Plumbing designs vary. The compressed air valve may look different at your location. Check for air leaks on the initial startup and periodically thereafter. Adjust the pulse pressure regulator to 60 psi and then adjust it as needed. The regulator is located in the piping behind the cabinet. Adjust the pilot pressure regulator to the required blast pressure. The regulator is located on the front right leg of the cabinet. Turn on the lights and exhauster. The on-off switch performs both functions. Load parts or part. Close the cabinet door and latch securely. Insert hands into the rubber gloves. The blast gun may remain in its mount or be detached. If leaving the gun in its mount, adjust the mount's height and angle so the gun's nozzle points at the part or parts to be blasted. If detaching the gun from its mount, hold it firmly and point it at the part or parts to be blasted. Apply pressure to the foot pedal. Blasting begins almost immediately. Blasting technique is similar to spray painting technique. Smooth, continuous strokes are usually most effective. The distance from the part affects the size of the blast pattern. Under normal conditions, hold the gun approximately 3 to 6 inches from the surface of the part. Note that the cabinet door is equipped with a safety interlock system, which shuts off blasting if the door is accidentally opened. Warning: shut down the cabinet immediately if dust discharges from the dust collector or cabinet. Make sure the dust collector filter is correctly installed and not worn or damaged. Always close the reclaimer and dust collector doors before blasting and keep them closed during the blasting operation. Do not operate the foot pedal unless the cabinet door is closed and securely latched. Always use blast gloves. Whenever possible, avoid holding small parts that would require blasting into the glove. To prevent frosting of the view window, avoid pointing the blast nozzle toward it. Completing the blasting operation. Remove pressure from the foot pedal. Keep the door closed and the exhauster running until the cabinet is clear of all airborne dust. Open the cabinet door and remove the part or parts. If you are finished blasting, bleed the air supply line and drain the compressed air filter and the dust collector pulse reservoir. Switch off the lights and exhauster. Adjusting the controls during blasting. Adjusting the dust collector's pulse pressure. The dust collector filter cartridge is pulsed each time the foot pedal is pressed or released. The pulse pressure regulator enables an operator to adjust the pressure of the dust collector's pulse. The regulator is located in the piping behind the cabinet. To adjust the pressure, unlock the knob by pulling it out and turning it clockwise to increase pressure or counterclockwise to decrease pressure. After pressure is set, push the knob in to lock it and maintain the setting. Adjust the pulse pressure regulator to 60 psi. However, only adjust the pulse pressure if the filter cartridge has been properly seasoned. Pulsing unseasoned cartridges can cause premature cartridge failure or decrease the efficiency of the dust collector. Prolonged periods of blasting or dusty conditions may require the cartridge to be pulsed during the blasting process. Adjusting blast pressure with the pilot regulator. The pilot regulator enables an operator to adjust blasting pressure while blasting. The regulator is located on the front right leg of the cabinet. The maximum recommended pressure is 80 psi. Lower pressure may be used for delicate work. Higher pressure may cause dust or media to escape from the cabinet. To adjust pressure, unlock the knob by pulling it out and turn it clockwise to increase pressure or counterclockwise to decrease pressure. Push the knob in to lock it to maintain the setting. Pressure may drop slightly from closed line pressure when blasting starts. If the operator is holding a part off the grate, static electricity could build up in the part if it's not grounded to the grate, which could then cause static shocks. As a precaution, ground the part to the grate. Adjusting the air jet. Thread the air jet 4.5 to 5 full turns into the gun body. Doing so will leave 3.5 to 4 threads exposed past the lock nut. Tighten the lock nut to maintain the setting. Adjusting reclaimer storage with the door slide. Begin with the slide closed. Lowering the door slide will remove more fines. Raising it will remove fewer fines, but retain more media. To remove more fines because too much dust is in the media, loosen the wing nuts and lower the door by no more than 1/16 inch increments. To remove fewer fines because too much good media is carrying over to the dust collector, loosen the wing nuts and raise the door by no more than 1/16 inch increments. After either adjustment, it may take a few cycles to remove the fines, so allow the media to go through several cycles before making further adjustments to the door's position. Changing media type. Purging the media hose. Remove the reclaimer plug and drain the current media. With the plug still removed, turn on the exhauster, grasp the gun, press the foot pedal, and use the gun to blow off the cabinet interior until the air from the gun and the cabinet are clear. This process purges the media hose of media. Turn off the exhauster and replace the plug. Correct operation of Klemco's Pulsar 3D blast cabinet is necessary to protect blast operators and others in the vicinity of the cabinet from blasting and inhalation hazards that can cause severe injury or even death. The purpose of this video series is to familiarize viewers with how to set up and then begin operating the Pulsar 3D. However, this video series is not a replacement for reading the Pulsar 3D operations manual, which should be read in full by anyone who uses this machine.